You laughing because I'm propping the phone up on a bird cage on top of the table? Or you laughing because I'm propping the bird cage on the phone on the table? Redneck ingenuity, son. What's up, y'all? What's up, Dakota? What's up, man? You doing alright tonight? I had something personal to deal with for a minute. Monty, my bad. Y'all doing alright tonight, Monty and Dakota? That's good to hear, Dakota. I'm glad you always doing good, but I'm the same way. Sorry, y'all. I had to relocate just momentarily. Need anything, baby? You sure? You keep your firearms in a storage unit? I'd be afraid to do that. I try to clean mine when it's raining, but I used to. I used to be more better about it. Every time it was raining real good, clean my firearm. I ain't as good about it as it used to be. Anybody else uses like alcohol, like 91% alcohol to clean off carbon off your firearms, or is that just me? Hey, that's understandable. You ain't got no other option. You gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, when I clean my firearms, I use alcohol to clean the carbon and all the dirt and build up out of the firearm. Then I oil it. Let the alcohol dry and I oil it. Them older firearms were built to last back then. They knew how to make them back then. Now they're just trying to make it as cheap as possible to get the biggest amount of profit. And the light's flickering. I wonder if it's because of the storm. It's probably because they make a lot of them guns out of composite metals. It's not really steel or nothing like that. It's a bunch of different types of metals together making a alloy. I'm not sure about SIG, but a lot of them polymer slide firearms that slide is made out of an alloy of metals. What was the SIG that was popular for going off on people? I heard them Ravens suck. Yeah, I ain't going nowhere. I'll be right back. Yeah, I know a lot of people stay away from 25 ACP because of a lot of them cheap pocket guns they had back then. And I've heard that term ring of fire guns, like the ROMs and everything else. Them ROMs are crappy. They shoot good. Drop that sucker one time and shoot it. The thing gonna blow in half. At least it happened to me. So that was when they were still making good 25s, the ones with like the hammers. Huh? Okay. That's why I was going back to the living room. Back to the living room, y'all. So my girlfriend's Golden Girls don't get my live stream took down for copyright ban. Y'all know how she rolls with the Golden Girls. She's heavy on the Golden Girls. I don't want to hear the Golden Girls on my live. I love you, beautiful. Yeah, some of them guns are pretty bad. I had a Armenia's 32, and it shaved lead into my hand and into my face. And you can see both of it today. It's kind of dark, but I got a little spot. And on my hand, I got the pieces of lead still in my hand. Ow. Freaking A. Cut the shit out of myself with this chair. Yeah, my girlfriend watches the Golden Girls. Hey, baby! 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 I know she probably can't hear me doing something. Hey, have you ever watched Murder, She Wrote? You like it? So, guys tell me your girlfriend watch Murder, She Wrote. Is that old show? She said she's watched it too, y'all. Man, I cut myself with that dang chair. Oh, wow. Yeah, them old revolvers. You really gotta check timing on it. But it shaved the lead right off. Can you see it with the light? Which eye? Is this eye? Right there. You see that little mark right there? I'm pretty sure that's what it still is because that's where it started off. My oldest pistol I got now, I ain't really got no old guns no more. I used to have some old guns, but I had to get rid of a good many of them in 2020 when I got laid off. Hold on, y'all. A Sig Copperhead? I've never heard of that. I wonder if I get copyright for that. I'll just move it that way. Or we can just find out. I guess I gotta get into all them guns. I don't know much about the SIGs. I'm more bigger on the older firearms. But I like older style firearms too, like a 1911. I like my little 38. It's pretty much a Colt Detective clone. I think a 38's a hell of a lot of pocket gun. .38 is a strong round. My grandpa carried his. I was wanting to wait till there's a few more people on, but I'll go ahead and tell you I might bring it up if I think about it again. But my grandpa, he always carried his 38. No, I ain't told nobody that was on. Well, I did. I told everybody on the live stream last night that I was gonna try to do it tonight. You think I should pause the live stream and try to tell everybody real quick, or you think everybody come on? But my grandpa told me well, he always carried his 38. If it was a six shot, the he'd keep three of the cylinders loaded, two or three of them loaded, and it would be on an empty cylinder. I don't think they'd be mad they missed it. But I was look, I can pause it real quick and I can send some email. I'm back, y'all, or just one of y'all right now. Might be doing extra live streams more than normal this week. You still here, Dakota? Just you ain't nobody else jumped on. Well, it's a Saturday night. It's kind of early. Well, not really. It's almost 1 o'clock here. A few minutes from it. Sometimes I'm starting to think vaping's more addictive than cigarettes. This sucker go dead on me. You ain't here. Dang. That gives more questions than answers there, buddy. What the heck, man? You right, we don't. And I really do. Like, this thing go dead, like, sometime in my work day, and I ain't got a charger, or even if I got a charger, I'm walking around like a crackhead till I have this thing again in my pocket. I'm always reaching in my pocket and hitting that mug, putting it back in my pocket. Well, tell your old lady I said hey to. I hope she's doing all right tonight and you ain't bugging her too much with my live stream. Tell her I said hey, Danielle. I hope she's doing good tonight. Or I guess you on the live stream. Hey, Danielle. Having a blind moment, y'all. Sarge been bad today. We had to put him in the pen. He looking at me because he's in the pen all day, like most of the day. We come in the house, been out of the pool all day. And this sucker, he'll lay on top of his pen and look out the window at us in the pool. Such a such a big baby. And we come back in the house, and this sucker done chewed on the couch. Not a big hole. Just pulled out a little bit of cotton out of it, but he chewed on the couch cushion. Cushion. Well, that's good. At least she likes listening to it. Ain't aggravating her or nothing. But yeah, he chewed on that couch cushion, and he pulled out, what, one, two, three pieces of cotton. And he been in the pen ever since. But now I gotta let him out to drink some water and eat, and then see if he gotta use the bathroom. Hold on, y'all. I ain't going nowhere. Just letting Sarge out. Go get you some food and water now. You can't be chewing up couch cushions. Mama don't put up with that. Mama ain't gonna put up with that. She meaner than me. Yeah. You gotta be a good dog. What's up? You thought we wasn't coming back? We was just in the yard. You can see me. But it is, you don't like gas, so you don't like gas. I know it. They ain't gonna hurt us, so. Oh. Sorry, y'all. I guess I sound crazy. I talked to the doggy. But oh yeah, the 38 story. My grandpa, I've had that happen too. That'll piss you off too, cause then that's a lot of work. Sorry, you gotta go out. Come on, let's go out. You ain't going back there. Come on, come on, come on. Man, y'all, Sarge really hates being outside. Unless he sees something he can attack, he don't want to go outside. If he sees something he thinks gonna hurt something, his butt is ready to go outside. He don't care what the temperature is, what's going on. But he don't like to go outside. He if it's wet outside, he don't want to go outside. If it's raining, he don't want to go outside. We got a second person on here. What's up, person number two, whoever you are? One day, I want to be rich enough to be able to see all these scenes they make for these screensavers on computers. Cause some of them shits look beautiful as hell. A training Mosin a gun. One that shoots 22 and is third the size. That's bad as fuck though. They used to have Ruger 1022 that was like a M1 carbine designed just like it. I should have bought one. I mean, it was a modern Ruger 1022, but it was so cool looking. It even had the 15 round magazines, but it was took standard Ruger mags and everything else. What's up, mystery person number two? I hope you're doing all right tonight. Been a long day here. Well, it's been a good day. Usually, if they have a smaller weapon that's chambered in 22, it's a training weapon. Like I had a buddy of mine. His grandpa had a. There was two people on here for a minute there, but I had a buddy of mine. His grandpa had a not RPG, a bazooka, and like you would open the thing up like the shell, and you would put a 22 in it and close the shell up. He had three shells, and you put the little round in there, and then you put it on your shoulder, and you'd fire it. It was just a 22, but it was like a training for a bazooka. AR like what? That loaded up 22s. Let me go get the doggy. He was barking. You done putting it in? I'm back too, bud. Sorry about that. No, I've never shot at indoor range. Maybe when I was really young, but I don't ever recall shooting at an indoor range that I can ever remember. Good night, bud. A lot of them ranges, they only allow like one shot per second and stuff like that. It don't sound too fun. Well, there's a lot of things in life. You gotta be there to experience it, to know how cool it is. One shot every 10 seconds. That take a long ass time to shoot. I got bored shooting at the same thing from my CWP, and I kind of magged up towards the end of it. I felt like an asshole during my CWP class. I always wonder because like 30 minutes all you ever need at a range, in my opinion. But if it is one shot every 10 seconds, literally you can shoot 6 shots a minute. If you shot all your rounds back to back to back, it would take you 10 minutes to shoot 2 mags of AR-15 or any standard capacity rifle. That's crazy. Yeah, in Georgia you don't have to take a class. You just go up to the police department and ask for a permit. Alright, I need to leave that cake alone. Am I the only one that's just constantly losing shit? I always lose stuff. Except for my firearm. That's crazy. What state was that in? Fort Bragg, that's in North Carolina, ain't it? I thought I always wanted to be able to go to like little pawn shop somewhere on the way to vacation and have like a FFL at home ready for it and be able to find some of them little cool cheap finds and have my pistol sent back to the FFL at home uh so I could use it, or not use it so I could get it when I got back. That'd be cool. Cause a lot of times you can find some cheap little guns or guns like I was up in West Virginia and my girlfriend visited some family and they had like pistols was a lot cheaper down there, used and new, at this little pawn shop. And if I had enough money, I would have bought a few guns up there, had them sent to FFL. But oh well. I wish I had an FFL too. Seems like it'd be a lot of trouble to get one. Make it hard for you to have one. I worked with a guy a long time ago. Older man, he was a gunsmith, and he had his own FFL. Yep. Because if we wanted to illegally sell firearms, we wouldn't have no trouble with it. If it was dangerous enough criminals in one of them inner city neighborhoods, they wouldn't even come mess with us. And if we shot somebody with an illegal gun or a fully automatic firearm, they'll just drop the gun charge. That'd be cool. How hard is it to get a license to? But relic firearms would be like ones that's not considered firearms, like black powder, wouldn't it? Oh, okay, that ain't too bad. I think them making the new Colt Python messed up the old Colt Python market, though. Man, I appreciate you hanging this whole time, Dakota. You see that little conversion thing they got cylinder for the old black powder guns? Like you can get that 44. I had one before, the black powder revolver, and I didn't never have that cylinder conversion. You can get that little cylinder for it, and you can shoot cowboy loads out of it. A blast, buddy. Oh, you had a blast, but I got you. I thought you were talking about a gun. I was thinking about guns. Well, apparently you gotta have a license, or not license, but you gotta have a a tax stamp, I think, for it. But you can legally order the cylinder, I think. I'm not sure how that works. You're converting a older firearm to a real firearm by law, you know, because you can really get killed by a lead bullet too, a ball, you know. Can't talk tonight. Let's see if Sarge's ready to go in or if he's still barking at something over there. You ready to come in now? Sarge does this thing sometimes. He get to barking at something, and then I go to open it because he got this big like pin to keep him from getting out, and he will sometimes just want to bark at something so bad, but won't come in the house, and then he'll come to the gate, and then turn around, and change his mind. Then I'll reach my hand to pin and be like, "Come on, Sarge." And then he'll come up right when I'm about to grab his collar and then turn around, change his mind, and start barking at whatever it was. So I just closed the pen and just let him sit there for a while and bark. His name's Sarge. I believe everybody who's, even if you're a felon, I believe you should be able to carry a firearm. If they think you safe enough to let out of prison back into society, then you should have all your rights fully restored. My girlfriend named him. He really liked the name, and he didn't like his original name when we got him from the pound. He was either a little over 2 years old or right at 2 years old when we got him. About 7 years ago, 6 years ago. I think it was over 2 years old. He's getting old now, but he's real aggressive. It took a lot to kind of, well, it took a lot for us to trust him. He had his ways about him, man. But after he realized he could trust us and we can trust him, he's always been a good addition to the household. He keeps everything safe. He's better than the security system and everything else. This mug. He used to be real heavy, but we ain't been feeding him good like that, you know. But we feed him still dog food. And he still get a lot of people food. When I used to work like 7 days a week, my girlfriend used to feed him chicken nuggets all the time and everything. He was big and ferocious looking. But yeah, we got him from the pound. He's a used dog, but he's so sweet. He's just so. I think that's why he's so mean. He's so He's so sweet, he don't want nothing to get near us. And I think that's why he's so mean. I like chilling with you too, buddy. Yeah, I think he would die happy for us. There was a point in time where, we had a bunch of kids around and stuff. He done got used to kids. And then we had him used to several new people around and stuff. He's very only used to a very small group of people. And I told her one day, I said, Sarge ain't gonna bite nobody. He done got too soft. He don't even bark no more. And we was in a bad neighborhood, like making a shortcut back. And we had the dog in the truck with us. Can't remember what we was doing, but we were coming back, cutting through back home. And there was this guy. It was getting a little dark, and there was this guy. He was holding a bag of groceries in his hand, and he switches his hand, put the bag of groceries in his left hand, puts a hoodie over his head, and his groceries go up on his arm, and he reaches his hand down in the hoodie, and goes to grab at the door, or it looks like he was about to, because he's looking around and kind of put his hand up. And right when he done that, Sarge jumped. He was just like laying in the back seat, like just chilling. And Sarge just jumped up like rah, 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 and just go ape shit, like trying to go through the window at him. And that man leaned back so far, he almost fell. Nah, he dropped all his stuff in his hand and everything. I believe that man was gonna try to rob us. Yeah, he's a good dog. He bite who he needs to. He bit my neighbor when he first moved in. It was it's a long story. I get into it later. What's up, Nightmare Edits? Remember you? Maybe. What's up? Refresh my memory, buddy. And Sarge really don't like people with walkers. Maybe it's the clicking and the clacking going down, but he really don't like them walkers. Maybe he does. I always thought it was probably the sound or whatever. Or dog catchers, Paul? That's a good theory. What's up, Nightmare? You doing all right tonight? Y'all hear the bird chirping? I need some sunglasses or something. Sometimes it hurts my eyes looking at this screen. Me too, man. I was wanting to hear. You did, David. What was up? Look, I've been propping my phone up on it because it make it higher up, easier to see. That's Houdini. We gotta put a lock on his cage because I caught this bird out in the wild. I got a video on it on my YouTube channel, but I caught this bird in the wild, like out in the yard. I was going to feed the chickens, and I seen like a green, like something go past my eye, and it didn't look natural. It was real bright green, and it was a bird. I seen it. And I was like, "There's no bright green birds around here. That's a tropical ass bird." So I was like, tried to get it, and the sucker kept getting higher up, higher up, higher up in this tree, and like I kept trying to give him food, and his mother started getting closer and closer, but he wasn't getting right down. He didn't really trust me. So I went in the house and told my old lady, I was like, baby, baby, there's a wild tropical ass bird out here. I think it's a parrot. It's not a parrot. I was like, I think it's a baby parrot because he was really tiny then. And well, maybe not that tiny, but he was pretty small then. And I was like, I think he's a baby parrot. And she was like, there ain't no fucking tropical baby parrot. She don't cuss, but she was like, there ain't no tropical baby parrot out here. And I was like, baby, come here and look. So I showed her the bird, or maybe I showed her a picture. It was a while back, and she was like, give him one of had this other bird named Lilo. It done passed. A little while after we got this bird, guys works in mysterious ways like that. But she's like, give him one of the treat sticks. It was like a little stick shaped like a popsicle in my memory, and it was like this sweet stuff in the middle or all through it, and it was like nuts stuck together. And I held it up, and the bird started eating on it and stuff. And we didn't got the net and stuff, and the bird eating on it, and we tried to get it a few times, flow off to a limb, and it was cold outside. This sucker was shivering too, and well, it's like it was about to get warm, or was just warm and about to get cold. But it wasn't cold, cold. But this bird was cold, you know. And basically, she threw the net over, or threw the net. One of us threw a net over, and then I grabbed the bird with my hand, and we put the bird in a box. I think a cardboard box, and then we went up to Walmart and got one of them cheap little bird cages at Walmart. And then the bird escaped in the cage. So every cage we've had since, we've like the birds figured out how to escape, and we've had to put a lock on. That's why we call the bird Houdini. I got you. I got you. Here's the bird right here. Bird right here. We caught that sucker wild, son. Don't tell DNR. Actually, we could have helped. That could have been an invasive speed. Probably would have died, to be honest with you. It probably would have died. I'm a little Houdini. You didn't like me touching your tail, did you? Huh? Yeah, my girlfriend take care of him, though. She took him over pretty rapidly. But I think I did because I think it was somebody's pet bird because it was already friendly to humans enough to come up to me. Because a wild bird, no matter how hungry it is, ain't never came up and landed on a treat stick, and that sucker was hungry. It was cold. It probably would have made it through the night because it get colder at night then. And I think, and my girlfriend thinks, what it was a pet bird. And we asked all the neighbors around, and none of them had a bird loose. But what we think it was a pet bird, and they probably flown over because they see me feeding the birds and landed nearby because maybe they thought they could get some food too, or it thought it could get some food too. But I think it was a bird, and this sucker just really intelligent, and it got loose from somebody's cage, and it was a really small bird at that time, like a baby. This ain't no wild bird by any means, but we caught it out in the wild. It's a tropical bird. This ain't in South Carolina. This green and yellow bird. You gotta buy these at the pet store. Sometimes I gotta look away from the screen, man. It hurts my eyes and stuff. I hope y'all understand. I need to get sunglasses. But I don't want to wear my girlfriend's sunglasses because then y'all think I'm from California or something like that. You know, I already been doing this live stream for an hour. That's crazy. Oh, and my battery's showing it too. I ain't ready yet. Just resting my eyes, trying to look away from the screen for a minute. I'm thinking some people might get on here in a minute. We already got somebody else on. I still appreciate you watching, even though you ain't commenting or saying anything. I recognize you. Hope you having a good night, bud. Not too many gun channels do live streams, do they, y'all? I seen that the Yankee Marshal does them. Yeah. Well, they say you can get monetized as long as you ain't selling firearms and firearm products directly, and I don't think I'm doing that. I ain't never told y'all to go buy it. I don't think. Nah, I ain't never done that. I'm gonna stick to my gun like they dipped in Elmer's glue. One time I was fishing, I was thinking about seeing weird stuff sometime. But one time I was fishing with a cousin of mine, and we seen a guy running in his underwear from two other guys dressed really nice in the woods, and they was shooting at him. So we packed up our stuff and left. And we was like out in the middle of nowhere. Oh, where they pretty much make it where nobody can see their videos and stuff. They might have done made that for me. Sometimes my channel will grow, sometimes it won't. I really do think the ATF sometimes checks this out, though. They might be subscribed. Thank you for subscribing, ATF. I appreciate y'all supporting the channel. How'd you find my videos? Did you first see it on the shorts, Dakota? So a man jumped out the vehicle while I was rolling. So that's how you discovered my channel, through my shorts. Dang. What you do, keep driving, never talked about it again? Well, you know, they can get you for like, what's up, Rodney? How you doing, bud? See, I just don't get involved a lot of time. If I can drive away and it ain't nobody personal to me, I'd rather wander than get involved and possibly injure myself or my woman, anything like that. Hope you're doing all right tonight, Rodney. In the heat of the night, it was getting a little hot for some reason in this house. Yeah, I did speak it up. I'm doing good, bud. If you build it, they will come. You on the porch sweating? I should do my live stream outside, but then you can't see me there. It's dark. It's dark out in the woods. Pretty hot where you at, Rodney? It been storming here, so it ain't too bad. I'd rather have a hot night than a cold night. Cold nights freaking suck. Storming here too. Well, it was storming. It done clear. It's wet out here. Like literally 10 minutes before we was gonna burn a bonfire, it started storming. I like the heat better. Yeah, I have AC. I just most of the time, if I was by myself, I wouldn't need it. Raise a few windows in the ceiling fan. I get cold easy, not hot easy. I don't blame you there, Dakota. Got cold at nighttime though, didn't it? Talking about weird encounters. There's one I've been thinking about here lately. When I was a kid, my grandpa he was a like always a health nut. He was exercising all the time, everything. And hold on, I always thought the desert got freezing at night time. But yeah, my grandpa he was a health nut, and he always went to these war reunions like in Florida and stuff. And I was talking to my brother about this. He said he thinks this was in Florida, and we was real young. And my grandpa didn't miss a meal unless he had blood work done. And he still went and had breakfast afterwards and then lunch and everything else. He didn't believe in missing a meal unless he was fasting. And for like prayer and stuff. And he guess he was hungry and we seen this diner and it was out in the middle of nowhere, like on a road that was like so unkept it was pretty much gravel. And we pull up there and there's cars in the parking lot and stuff, pretty good bit of cars. And there's nothing around but like fields and trees the whole way through. And we go in and people come and we immediately and sit us and everything down and asked us what we wanted to drink, and they come told us, bringing us our drinks and everything, told us that they would be right back. And I remember we waited and waited and waited. My grandpa's a super patient person. And like they bring you drinks, they bring you your menu and stuff, and then they come back. They never did bring us the menu, and we just sitting there waiting and then waiting and then waiting, and then all of a sudden it was kind of like over our shoulders, so we couldn't see what Grandpa was seeing. But I remember we was in these long, like these tall chairs with a tall table, and it was an empty diner. The whole diner was empty with all these cars out there. And my grandpa, he's a very patient person. I remember him talking about, it's been this long, it's been this long. You know, my grandpa was never a person on talking about time, so it had to be a long time waiting on him to bring a menu. And, you know, they brought us our drinks. And grandpa, if he takes a sip of a drink, he gonna pay for his food. He gonna wait for him. And all of a sudden, grandpa just like looked like over towards us, and it looked over my shoulder, and he seen something like he seen a ghost. You know, he went from like normal to like super serious. He stood up and he told my grandma, "Hey, you need to get the boys. It's time to go." I remember my grandma. She looked that direction, like the way all them staff members came up, and she got kind of serious, and she put her hand on our backs, and we got off the chairs, and grandpa stood there in that direction until we left the door, and grandpa walked out the store backwards, you know. And I always thought that was weird, and the older I get, the more I wonder what was going on that day, because my grandpa, he fought in two wars, you know. He was a very he was a hard. I never seen him nerved before like that, like super startled. You think it was a robbery? And my grandpa just figured since the whole family's there, it's just safer to leave if they're giving us an opportunity to leave. Because I'm sure my grandpa was on. But that would make sense. I guess I've been listening to many creepy pastas. I've been thinking some crazy shit could have been happening. It is freaky as hell, ain't it? You had a haunt on your back. Lord bless me. Lord bless me. God Almighty is the greatest. He means like, I'm pretty sure he means like a haunt, like a ghost or something on his back. That's one of them things I'm scared to even talk about because I wouldn't want nothing like that to even happen to me. But we'll talk about it. How'd you get the ghost off of you, Rodney? You went to a priest? Yeah, we'll talk about it. Fuck it. My girlfriend's still awake. If I start climbing up the walls, I'm sure she'll get me some help. Ain't that right, baby? You ain't gonna give me no help if I start climbing up the walls and talking in ancient Arabic and shit like that, or ancient Hebrew, and my head starts turning around 360 and I cough up nails and shit. You ain't gonna get me no help? That's messed up. Yeah, she'll probably shoot me. You right? She'd go get the bread and shoot me with. Shoot me with your 25. You go get me some help. You ain't give me no help. That's messed up, baby. How you ain't gonna get me no help? You just gonna lock the door on me? Then what you gonna do to me? Nothing. You just gonna leave and not come back? This is my house then, just by myself after that, huh? Like, nope. I'm living in a tent. Fuck it, huh? You wanna come feed me some steaks or something every now and then? And let me talk to you in different languages and shit? That would be that would be awesome, baby. Yeah, you right. I'd be like, fuck that too. She did right. She just gonna go camp in the yard and just let me die of starvation over here with demons in me. Yeah, that's fucked up. Just wait a few months and come see if I'm still alive. Knock on the window and shit. If I just come jump at the window, you just gonna wait a few more months. No. At least I'd find you a priest or some shit. Dang, baby. You're so beautiful tonight. I love you. My exorcist, baby. But, alright, you said no one would hear me scream, so I cocked my Smith & Wesson VE9 so get someone to come. I INT didn't care if it was the popo, but when I did, it got off me. Well, that's crazy. That's crazy, y'all. But I believe in spirits. Bad spirits, good spirits. I believe they're all around us. I had a coworker tell me they was driving home from work and they seen a bunch of deer going over this fence and across the field in the middle of trees, pretty much nowhere. There's a little opening. And said that last deer something looked a little weird about it. The way it was walking, shit, I'm getting chills thinking about it. And the deer jumped over, and when it jumped and landed, it got up on its back legs like a person, and looked that person right in the eyes. And that's creepy as hell. That's crazy. Now I had something weird happen at my house where I actually checked my attic because that was the only part of my house, the one I'm moving to soon. That's the only part of my house that I didn't check at that time, and every time I went in there, the heat was on in a different room and everything. I still can't explain that. And I had a security system. You can't get in a window, break a window, do anything without tripping that alarm, and police get there or getting on the cameras. You know, especially getting to the interior. And every time I went there, the heat was on in one room or the other room. And I know I checked them all. Yeah, I was even taking pictures of the heat just to check them all, just to make sure when I left that it was all off. And the one was broke, so it was staying on. I have to fix it. I think it just went off on its own eventually. But the other ones, it's baseboard heat, and the other ones like it'd be on. Like I'd come in and the kitchen one would be on, and I never touched the kitchen heat. I cut the kitchen heat off, and it'd get cold immediately, you know. And then I come in a few days later, and then the den heat would be on, and then I cut it off, and it get back cold, and then I go in, and the bedroom is on, and I got spooked that one night, and I was like, the only way this heat could be cutting on is if somebody's living in this house somewhere, and the only place that somebody could be at, because all the security system and everything is up in the attic. So I looked in the attic the next day because it was nighttime and I wanted somebody there with me. Because that's, you don't want to just stick your head up in there and not have no backup because that's not a good spot. You can get hurt and you could get some attention and survival, and you know. But if you solo, nobody knows what happened, and that could be a bad situation. But there was nothing up in the attic. And then after I checked the attic, it quit. I've heard of the lighthouse. That is creepy. I think y'all like them scary stories best, don't you? Looks like we back down to one person. The South is haunted. That's what they say. I went to this place called Harper's Ferry before. I got a video on it I done on one Halloween. Then I did a video on Crybaby Bridge. I think of an idea to do a scary short, I will. I always try and do something different. But I did do some videos on there's this bridge nearby called Crybaby Bridge. And then there's this place called Harper's Ferry. They both kind of nearby, but not really. Yeah, we got a Crybaby Bridge. They said that, uh, I guess a lady threw her baby off the bridge or something like that, and the bridge was moved up here from West Virginia. Something along them lines. But it's just heavily vandalized now. The myth is that if you wait till like midnight and you holler out on a full moon that I got your baby, that she'll come out running at you, and if you leave your keys on your hood of your car, your keys will be missing when you come back, or your car won't start. Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of crybaby bridges, don't there? Maybe that's a myth to keep people from trespassing on their private bridges. I'm gonna be on here for like 5 more minutes. Me and my girlfriend gonna watch this little movie. Probably gonna give me a little R&R. Yeah, I heard that about You stop on the railroad tracks and put baby powder on the bumper, and you see the fingerprints. Shiners would tell stories like that. That makes sense. Keep people from going around there. I've heard stories of people saying houses was haunted houses, and it was just really moonshining going on. Yeah, a little bit of Netflix and chilling. Get this stubborn dog going in the house soon. And I guess all the stories carry on to modern times sometimes. Might be why the South's so haunted too, is because all these moonshiners. I heard rumors of a kinfolk of mine I had, like a distant kinfolk, that he was a type of moonshiner. I shouldn't even tell this, but he was a type of moonshiner where he was selling to people and everything else, a lot of moonshine. And he had several steals all over the place. And they called him like the Al Capone or something of this Tri-County area or something like that. And he had to move out of state for a long time to avoid the chain gang. And rumor had it that he was like if people was renting a house from him and there was renting is still working for him or whatever, and he was paying them for the gallons and they got busted, that he'd bail them out of jail, and basically they owed him for like the steal and the money to get him out of jail, and they had to work and make bootleg liquor for free for a while until I guess eventually they learned that it was like not making money ever again from bootleg liquor until they tried to get run away, and then supposedly he killed people and dumped them in a pit. That's just the story I was told, and that's some hardcore ass shit to do. That was like back in the 1920s. That sucks, Dakota. I hate to hear that. If I thought I really did hear a ghost, probably would be funny as hell because I'd be screaming like a bitch. The only ghost I need in my life is the Holy Ghost. Let me get this dog. Maybe he's ready now. Oh wait, you in trouble in a pen right now for the rest of the night. At least you got your running and barking. Yeah, that'd be pretty funny, Rodney. Well, I guess people gotta take account of things they do wrong. But either way, that's gonna be it for tonight's live stream. I'm Mr. Freedom from here in South Carolina to wherever you are in this world. I wish you the best. I love you guys. Good night. Peace.